Surah Baqarah, verse 113. Let's start our today's lesson. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Waqalatil Yahudu laysatin Nasara ala shay'in waqalatin Nasara laysatil Yahudu ala shay'in wa hum yatluna al-kitab kadhalika qala allazina la ya'lamuna misla qawlihim fallahu yahkumu bainahum yawmal qiyamati fima kanu fihi yakhtalifun. Waqalat, and said, al-Yahud, the Jews, laysati, are not, an-Nasara, the Christians, ala shay, upon anything of truth. Waqalat, and said, an-Nasara, the Christians, laysati, are not, al-Yahud, the Jews, ala shay, upon anything of truth. Wahum, while they, yatluna, recite, al-kitab, the scripture, the book, kadhalik, likewise similarly, Kala, said, allazina, those who la ya'lamun, do not know, are ignorant, misla, like qawlihim, their saying, fallahu, then Allah, yahkumu, will judge, decides, bainahum, between them, yawmal qiyamati, on the day of resurrection, fima, regarding that in which, kanu, they used to, fihi, in it, yakhtalifun, differ, dispute. Spiritually simplified English translation, the Jews said the Christians are upon nothing true, and the Christians said the Jews are upon nothing, yet both recite the scripture like those who do not know. The ignorant said the same as their saying, but Allah will judge between them on the day of resurrection regarding that in which they used to differ. Laysa is not, are not, negation of to be, ala shay, upon anything of truth or foundation, yatluna, to recite, to follow, to read, with reference, allazina la ya'lamun, those who do not know, the ignorant, yahkumu, to judge, to decide, with justice, al-qiyamah, the day of resurrection, judgment, the day of judgment, yakhtalifun, to differ, to dispute, to be divided. Scholarly aspect, this verse exposes the sectarian conflict between the Jews and Christians, each denying the other's claim to truth, even though both possessed divine revelation. Scripture without sincerity becomes a cause of division, not guidance. The root disease is ego-centered exclusivism. Every group limits truth to itself. Knowledge without humility blinds the mind. The verse also describes an inner reality the Jews said represents the intellect's claiming supremacy. The Christians said represent emotion or love, claiming purity. Both read the book, meaning the human being knows truth, yet lives in inner contradiction. When the ego, nafs, argues with the soul, the heart loses harmony. Allah will judge between them means the light of truth will one day reveal the falsehood of all claims. This judgment is not only in the hereafter, it occurs within the heart when the weed lift and one sees with divine sight. Sectarian arrogance leads to hypocrisy. Knowledge must unite, not divide. The real judgment is in the awakening heart. True oneness, Tawheed, ends all disputes. Do not recite without reflection. True tilawa is reading of one's own soul. Disputes arise when love departs from knowledge. Let Allah's judgment manifest in your hearts. Surrender your ego so high light may decide within you. They read the book, yet remain blind to its light. They speak of truth, yet deny it in others. But Allah alone judges within hearts and beyond words, where all division fade and all truth remains. So Allah will judge between them on the day of resurrection regarding that in which they used to differ. Yahkumu, to judge, to decide with perfect justice derived from hukam, meaning authority, wisdom and final decision. Al-Qiyamah, the day of rising, resurrection from Kama to stand, symbol of awakening, truth and unveiling. Yakhtalifun, to differ, dispute, be divided implies both outer disagreement and inner spiritual disunity. According to classical commentators Ibn Kasir al-Razi, this clause is divine conclusion to the human argument where Jews, Christian and ignorant groups disputes. Allah alone will ultimately decide their difference. Human judgment is partial, divine judgment is perfect. All claims, sectarian or theological, will be weighed by the standard of truth, haqq and sincerity, ikhlas. This verse confronts the illusion of human certainty. Every sect believes it holds truth, yet all depend on divine judgment for verification. Truth is not possession, it is revelation. Man argues from ignorance, Allah judges from omniscience. The day of resurrection is the day when illusion collapse and reality stands unveiled. In the Sufi path, Allah will judge between them does not refers to the last day. It refers to the day of awakening within the heart, when divine light, Noor, distinguished between truth and illusion inside a seeker. This disputes the conflicts of the nafs, akal and ruh, soul. Allah will judge the tajalli, divine illumination that settle the heart in one's tawheed. the constant conflict between love versus logic, faith versus pride, soul versus self. When Allah's light judges all opposites dissolve in unity, Tawheed, then there remains no you or I, only truth, Al-Haq. The day of judgment is movement when truth rises and illusion falls. Every heart faces its own resurrection when it sees by the light of Allah in the light of disputes and only oneness remains. Seek inner judgment before outer judgment. Let Allah decide within your heart what is true. True understanding dawns not in argument but in stillness of soul. Resurrection begins with awakening. When the soul awakens, the veil of difference is lifted. May Allah grant you and me. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allah Hafiz.